5 minutes. All right. Anyway, the timer says 5 minutes. Who cares what the timer says?
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything's gonna be alright. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
Back again for number 10. Join Big B, DK, and Mike Jolitz for all the hot topics, weird news, and shenanigans. It's Cave Crew Radio, Season 10 at cavecrewradio.com.
So, forgive us, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, we had a terrible crash of the live video stream, and it's great to see a couple of people out there already. They had to reset everything, so now the clock is set at 5. I didn't catch that, but we're live. That's the important thing, right, Big B?
For now.
Yeah. No, we're cool. Once we're on, we're usually good. But there'll be buttons that don't work and all kinds of other stuff.
Do you have all these sound effects back?
Sound effects are good. Fixed that after 2 weeks ago. It's almost like we had a black hole sun. I don't know.
Be Live had a heart attack, basically.
Yeah. But we're back. It works. I was worried after the other show that wasn't working. And anyway, it looks like we are good for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Share the show and full lineup ahead. Mike reads the news, Twitter shits, big announcements, drink of the week, epicenters, weird news, and Florida talking FLA. If we can get to it all. Because last week is kind of like the hidden show.
That is true.
And for those people that are here on the pre-show, Big B and I are going to partake in cannabis of some form in show 400. And I believe we are at 390.
You said it the other day. I don't remember. I have to find what you said.
I said 389, but
so I was thinking about that. And in order to get the effects of it, we'd have to actually do it before the show.
Right.
Okay.
So you're gonna take it at like dinner.
Got it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I thought the plan was to do it on the show, and I was like, well, we're going to have the effects afterwards, so it wouldn't really.
Well, I don't want to be tripping all by myself. Everyone else is in normal world, and I'm in the multiverse.
Right. No, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. We will do it before the show, like you said, at dinner time.
Yeah.
And by the time show starts or a little bit after, we're going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Hopefully. I don't know. I might be too scared to talk. I have no idea. So if you missed it, folks, the deal was, and go back, the only way to listen is on podcast. We had a terrible time getting on air last week, and we agreed at show 400 we're going to consume cannabis, THC of some kind.
Of some sort. I'm not sure.
And I can't wait to find out what the show name will be.
I don't know. We have to figure out what we're going to do. I mean, if it's 10 shows, that's 10 weeks. You're still talking about 2.5 months away. We have to figure out what what we would actually consume.
Yeah, that, and also I don't think there'll be any room for stories, or of course Mike will be with us, but yeah, I don't know that you'd be able to manipulate the news and stuff like that. What's going on for Father's Day?
Okay, I'm looking back 20. So now this is going to be show 380. So we have 20 shows left.
Right. Oh, 20.
20.
Okay. Bad math.
That's
DK.
okay.
We're looking at 2024.
I don't know what's going on for Father's Day. You know, I was talking about it with my wife the other day. I said, so what do I have to cook on Father's Day when I also had to cook on Mother's Day for barbecue and all that stuff? What do I have to do?
Right.
So she's like, no, I'll make something, and whatever. So I have no idea what's going on.
I'm hoping my wife will make a really good macaroni, and I can smoke it. And then do like wings or something as a.
See, I did last weekend. I did smoked macaroni and cheese, and I made 3 different kinds of pizzas on the smoker.
Okay, I haven't done pizza on the smoker.
Comes out wonderful. Get that little, just a little hint of smoke, because it's only in there for like 10, 15 minutes. That little kiss of smoke gives a nice little background flavor. Oh, it came out great.
Okay, because I have a pizza oven that I put right on the barbecue and works so well too. Might do that. Never know. And I know you probably have no interest, but I really want to see The Flash, because Michael Keaton was my favorite Batman. I am Batman.
Wasn't he the original Batman? I never saw any Batman movies, by the way.
Oh.
There was so much. I remember there was so much hype around the very, very first one.
Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Oh, dude, you gotta binge.
It was people wearing Batman shirts and shoes and scarves and hats, and there's posters everywhere, and that just made me not want to watch the movie ever. And I haven't. I have never watched one Batman movie ever. So
Now, see, usually people are we're running out of time here, but usually people are Marvel or DC. I'm a DC guy. I like Marvel, but I'm loyal to DC.
Yeah, I watch the Marvel movies. I could care less about superhero movies to begin with, but I find the Marvel movies fairly enjoyable, especially the Guardians of the Galaxy, because there's a lot of comedy in that.
Yeah, there's a new one of those too. All right, here we go, folks. Let's get the party started. We got a busy night ahead, so hit Pulse Talk. I'll hit our talk, and here we go, folks. Here we go.
The show is about to start. Right, we have liftoff. In 3, 2, 1. Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go. CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
This broadcast of a masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clavin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power play goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is, ladies and gentlemen, Cave Crew Radio. My name is DK. Welcome back to the show. Mystery Show is available on podcast. And I just want to say, I really have a dry mouth tonight for some reason. We've been talking about THC and marijuana over the past week. I've not used it in over 30 years. I swear to God. But I honestly, God, feel like my mouth is dry and I'm having a hard time talking. So bear with me. I'll drink lots of beer. We are live on Cave Crew Radio. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. Also on Pulse Talk Radio in the UK. And always available wherever podcasts can be found. We got a great show ahead for you, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, we had technical difficulties, so we got all the stories, all the talking FLA. We got Twitter shits. We got Mike reads the news. We got major announcements. We got epicenters, drinks of the weeks. I don't know. We're going to try and get to it. We'll do our best. But now, ladies and gentlemen, what I normally like to do as I play with the camera is bring in our esteemed co-host of the show.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B, King of Stenchlandia and the Water Gypsies, your president-elect of the United States of America, and as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of all things corporate cyber phishing attempts.
Oh, I've been taking courses on that stuff at work.
Oh, my goodness. My week has been consumed with this. So apparently there was a fraudulent job posting on one of the popular job sites out there that was not posted by the company I work for. It was using recruiters' names that work for the company I work for and was using fraudulent emails to post this specific job. And we started getting inundated with messages saying, I got offered a job and it just doesn't look right. And they would send us details. And some people would say, I interviewed with somebody, which is, beyond me. And I gave them my information and my bank account and all of this. I don't think it's real though.
This is a big one.
Yeah. So I've spent the week on calls with our HR department, the security from our parent company, internal meetings, looking through accounts, looking through details of our accounts that we thought might have been compromised, checking all of those back-end details to see if anything came in and anything was hacked or anything like that. So it turns out our internal accounts were not compromised. So this is what it turns out to be, and what it looks like is that obviously it's a phishing attempt to get other people's personal information so
Absolutely.
they can steal money.
Yeah, that's
So one person was like, yeah, I told them my bank. And then, another person was like, I was about to send them my Venmo, but then I stopped myself. And then today we got another message from somebody else that said, yeah, we were sent a check for $9,000 to buy equipment for the home office, but that doesn't seem right in this day and age. It's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So we're doing all this back end security stuff now that I've been just consumed with to try to mitigate any possible compromise in the future. Like I said, we weren't compromised. It was just a phishing posting put on a site. It redirected to some site in Europe, and one of our accounts that we thought was compromised had a bunch of spam that was attempted to be sent out, but because of our security settings, it wasn't. And it was trying to be sent through an SMTP relay, which means they were using an IP address to try to circumvent our system, and the IP address was from Argentina. So this is what I've been spending my life this week doing. Good times.
Links, I got your audio and I'm saving that for later in the summer, by the way. And we can try to get Mike Jolitz to partake with us. We can try. By the way, quick message. Thanks for watching, folks, supporting us. Yeah, now on a much smaller scale, we got a new email because we were purchased. And what a nightmare for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving the IT guy nuts. My signature wouldn't save, and it took 15 minutes to answer an email, and he got me fixed on my computer. And then I came in this morning and I said, I got 15 emails and I didn't see them at home because I don't leave my laptop open. I rely on my phone. Well, you got to sign in there too, since we did that.
Yep.
Thanks for telling me. And there's like a 5-stage. I got to do a password. Then they got to text me something.
Mm-hmm.
Then I enter it. Then they text me something again. Then I enter it. Fuck off.
Multi-factor authentication. That's what we are. That's what we are working on now, and part of the security. So yes, we are implementing that as well. It's a whole thing. Security. When you get into it, the complexity of the scams nowadays are. You really got to stay on top of your company. Security systems.
And I don't know if you do the same thing, but like every 2 weeks, DK, you got to complete this course. And it's like, how do you spot a phishing email? Yeah, I know. I get them at home too. You scan over the email address. You look for words being spelled wrong. If anyone's asking you for personal information, you contact them. I get it. Fuck off.
But see, here's the thing. As shown in the incident that occurred this week, a lot of people don't get it because they're like, well, I gave them my bank information. When do you ever give your employer your bank information, except for when you walk into the office to set up your direct deposit? You hand them a voided check and you're physically handing it to somebody.
Yes, agree.
When do you ever give anybody, let alone Venmo information? The person,
I have no idea what Venmo is, by the way.
It's like PayPal. It's a electronic pay service.
So someone's going to get paid weekly by PayPal. Yeah, that's the ideal employee.
Yeah, it's crazy. So and obviously we're not responsible for any of this because it didn't happen on our site. It was just somebody stealing identities and names and lifting pictures off LinkedIn profiles to make it seem legit. So none of this is our fault or have anything to do with our systems. But of course, because it was a fake job posting under our company name, we will bear the brunt of the.
Yes, you'll get 1-star reviews
Right.
Google. That'll be your next 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, it was like, in meeting with HR and various heads, how do we communicate this out? And we don't want to raise suspicion, and we want to be vague but be direct. And oh my God. So that's been my entire week this week. I think it started on Tuesday, I want to say. And that's literally been my entire week.
I always like to say that's above my pay grade.
Unfortunately, when you're in IT, most things are not above your pay grade because you touch so many systems.
Yeah. No, I get it. I live it too. But anyway, big show. Drink, I'm sure, is coming soon. Mrs. B is a little late tonight. So I will start things off with a major announcement.
Ooh.
Endless Summer Beach Party, for those of you that are new, is something we've been doing for, pre-pandemic. I mean, it's been going on a long time. We get special guests. We have special events. We got the Jolitz Jamboree. We got Amish Comic confirmed. We're going to play some musical, believe it or what. We just try to elevate our game when most people are outside enjoying the weather. Come on in, take a break, enjoy us. For those of you that may know, we have a little tune we play once in a while here.
It's happened where? On TikTok.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Starting next week, by the way, is the Endless Summer Beach Party. Weekly segment, except when Raymond is on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It happened where? It happened on TikTok. The goal is to have 3 videos from TikTok, and we're going to vote the favorite. And hopefully at the end of the summer, we will have 3 match and we'll pick the best one. Because we all love TikTok.
So I hate TikTok. I think everybody on TikTok is an idiot, but
it's the fun of it, though.
I get it. So you're gonna pick random videos on TikTok. We're not making them; they're random videos.
No, nothing with us.
Right.
We don't get enough views. Here's the deal: email cavecrewradio@gmail.com. Post on Facebook, Cave Crew Radio. Get a hold of us somehow. If you see something that is really funny or really bizarre, send it in. We'll consider it. And we need your help for this. But I thought it would be really fun.
And as they say here in New York in the subways, if you see something, say something.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's just a standard thing here in New York. After 9/11 happened, there was a whole big campaign. If you see something, say something, like suspicious bags or something on the subway. So let's do that for the TikTok out there. When you're online looking at TikTok, if you see something, say something.
Say something. I think it would be. It'll be fun. It might die after a week or two, but we'll run with it. I'm always trying to get creative. All right, so no drink yet.
I hear rumbling about. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I hear rumbling about upstairs.
Oh, all right, so we're gonna go to because we got a lot going on here. We'll go to Twitter shits.
Ooh.
And then once we get back, we can do the drink or whatever. But I'm skeptical. We might, maybe technical difficulties with drink of the week. Maybe. Oh,
I'm hearing movement. So
I hear noise.
Yeah, I'm hearing noise. I don't know. I don't hear anything coming to my door yet.
Mike Jolitz is watching on YouTube.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, Mike. Earlier in the show, Lynx was asking, are you going to partake in the THC for the 400th show, where Big B and I get stoned? I can't. That's one I'm going to download and save on a special thumb drive.
And realistically, we're doing it on show 400 because that's a milestone show.
Yeah.
But if you really wanted to do it legitimately, it would be show 420.
True, but I might not live that long.
So we will do it on show 400 because it is a milestone show.
Lake says, what is TikTok? TikTok is really stupid. It's like a mini version of YouTube. And anyway.
So TikTok is like the sewer of the internet.
Yeah.
It's where the dumb people go to eat Tide Pods. That all those stupid challenges are on TikTok.
Yeah. Some good tips I've learned though. Link says Joel, it's in the house. Yes, he is. Mike says, not me, not my Jorga choice. Mike, you have to go back and listen to the podcast because the video failed last week, and you'll understand why Big B and I have agreed to this. I haven't done it in 30 years.
Yep.
At least.
Same with me.
But it's one of those, it's like cutting your thumb and becoming blood brothers. Anyway, I'm not waiting for Mrs. B. She's holding up the entire show because she's making cupcakes for the second communion.
We can go to Twitter shits and then hopefully by
Let's
then.
do Twitter shits. Here we go, folks. Mike Jolitz back again. My favorite segment. I can't wait. I got to get my pen ready. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Twitter Shits. Yes, everybody, it is the Twitter Shits. On today's episode, we are going to discuss Demi Lovato. Yep, she says she got tired of using they, them pronouns. And this is what Twitter had to say about it. At Goblin the Knob, can't tell you how relieved I am. No more sleepless nights for me. At Will the Thrill tweeted, I'll be using the who cares pronouns. At Slapnuts tweeted, thanks for the update. At Doug Needs a Hug tweeted, being woke is tiring. At Nacho Claus tweeted, cuckoo. At Scott's a Boner tweeted, imagine how the rest of us feel. I mean that as a group, not as an individual. At Mark Not the Grove Grabowski tweeted, we us are sick of it. At Long Duck Schlong tweeted, in the words of the immortal philosopher Roseanne Barr, my pronouns are kiss my ass. At Edgar Allan Noah tweeted, what a dink. At Tom Gives Rusty Trombones tweeted, I'm tired of Demi Lovato. At Carl's a God tweeted, not as tired as we got. At Gary's Got a Big Bush tweeted, the 15 minutes of fame has passed. At Mark the Shark tweeted, well, stupidity is exhausting. At Tom Puts His 2 cents in everything tweeted, she probably just sobered up and realized how stupid it is. At Dirty Sanchez tweeted, no kidding. Finally? And finally, in the Twitter shits,
the clitoris is a myth.
Tweeted, I can't wait till she gets into porn. That rack. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this, the Twitter shits. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'll be back soon, I hope, with another one. This one was fun. Later, bye-bye.
Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Fuck. I missed the last one, and I think I really liked it. But Lovato, she's a man eater. Da, 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 da,
She's an idiot and out of her mind.
All right, here we go. My 5 favorite. I missed the last one. I think it would have been my favorite. Number 5. Long Duck Schlong. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, all the number ones are going to be put into a contest at our end of the year awards. There's going to be a new award. I also liked number 4, Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I missed that one.
That was a front runner for a while. Number 3, Tom puts his 2 cents in for everything. I don't know why I like this one at number 2. Scott's got a boner.
There you go.
But let me get my drum roll here. Other than the last one, which I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Gary's got a big bush. Did you catch anything else, or?
I wrote down 2 and you covered them. I had Long Duck Schlong and Gary's got a big bush.
Did you catch the last one? I missed that.
No, I did, but I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to the names so much because I was making sure I had the 2 written down that I liked.
Can you, Mike Joel, let's dumb it down. Slow. I'm writing, still doing cursive.
Cursive.
While you're doing this segment.
By the way, it has arrived.
Let me get out of here, folks, and see if I can I make this work? No, wrong way. How do I don't want to be the one on big screen. Anyway, we'll bring him main screen, folks. Is it time? Should I play it?
Yes.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for
Mrs. B presents the drink of the week.
The drink is here, and this is called a lemon drop martini. It has freshly squeezed lemon juice, Ciroc, just plain Ciroc vodka, triple sec, and simple syrup.
And it's called what? A sunshine martini.
Or a lemon drop martini. Where the fuck did you get sunshine from?
A lemon sunshine. You know, that old Coke commercial. I'd like to give the world a hug.
Okay. It's not sunshine. It's a lemon drop martini.
Lemon drop martini. Is that a original?
It's not original, right? No, it's not an original.
Is there extra?
So I have that, and she gave me this.
Oh, a very tiny little baby bottle.
Well, this is a, what is this called? It's a Japanese cartoon called Gudetama, and you can see there's writing on here. It apparently means lazy egg. So there is the egg lying on something. I don't know. There's pancakes over here. It's a weird fucking, like my son likes it and my wife likes it, and they had it on one day and it was really fucking weird. It's, I mean, you really have to be. That's something on show 400. You could watch when you're high.
Great minds think alike.
That is definitely something you watch when you're high. I don't get it. I don't know. It's just fucking weird.
All right, we'll run with that. All right, we got to keep moving here. Let's go into the news. Are you ready for the news? No sandwich on the garnish or anything.
Huh? No, just a lemon. Just
I think we should also have and we're probably a little late on this, as another award at the end of the year is Drink of the Week. My favorite so far also got over 2,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah.
The Blue Smurf.
The Blue Smurf.
So far, my nominee
is in the running for, I guess, the favorite drink of the week. Not voted by me, but the jokey Smurf. That was what it was called.
Oh,
yes, because that was the one with the sandwich and all this other crap on it.
Oh, I loved it.
Yes, the jokey Smurf.
Jokey Smurf. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since we've done this, but we do have some stories for you tonight. And here we go.
Behind the headlines this week in Weird News.
Yes, this week in Weird News, ladies and gentlemen. This is about an orphan, a adoption. And Big B actually has insider information on this. This orphan story.
Right. So I'm not even going to read this story because I watched a 5-part documentary about this on
really
the Investigation Discovery Channel.
5 parts.
Yeah, it's a 5-part documentary about this. So there's the family called the Bennetts, and they wanted to adopt a child. So they went to some foreign country. It wasn't the Ukraine. It was some other foreign country. I think it was in Asia somewhere. And they had lined up an adoption of a child. They were told the child had deformities, which they were fine with. It took them hours, whatever they were waiting. They were finally met with the child and took the child back to their hotel. Natalia, that was the child in the picture. First night they had her. Now she was supposedly I don't know, like 3 or 4 years old at the time of adoption. Or 6, I think it was 6, sorry. When they brought her home, the wife went to bathe her and called her husband in and said that she had pubic hair.
Oh dear.
Now, when you're 6 years old, you don't have pubic hair.
You should not have passed puberty.
Right.
You should not be a fallopian disaster at that point.
So this started an entire thing with this family. They kept Natalia, and then they started with this investigation, kind of with the adoption agency and some authorities to find out exactly how old she was. In the meantime, they bring her back to their home here in the U.S. Supposedly, then there's no proof of this, but supposedly, this girl Natalia would start saying that she was going to kill the mother, and they had 2 other sons. Natalia said she was going to kill the mother and the 2 sons.
This is not a fun story.
No, not it's not at all. The father said he would wake up at night and see Natalia at the edge of the bed holding a knife, saying, would say, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm going to kill you." Mind you, there's no evidence of this. This is just what they're saying.
Did she
Investigators
say
are involved.
in English?
She speaks perfect English.
Okay.
In this documentary, I don't know how many years after the fact they interviewed her. She was being interviewed like a deposition. She was being interviewed in a deposition because ultimately what happened was there were lawsuits against both the father and the mother, who eventually divorced, about neglect and abuse. So the parents went out of their way to have this girl re-aged to be age 22. She went from being 6 years old to being 22 years old. So what they did,
Holding a knife at the end of the bed.
right now, supposedly.
Okay. So
Again, there's no evidence of
calling this out right now, I can tell, as a conspiracy.
Well, if you watch the documentary, that's why I'm not reading the story, because it doesn't show the sociopathic nature of the father. The father was the only one interviewed in the family for that show. The ex-wife, was not interviewed. They declined to be interviewed for the documentary. And the father was just overacting, kind of like this is his time in the spotlight. And the interview was very animated, and he was overacting, and like he's a sociopath. Like, this is, all the lights shining on me, and I'm going to show you how bad this was, and how this wasn't a little child, this was a grown adult. They got this girl. Now, we still don't know to this day how old this girl is.
Really? She could be like 50.
We don't know.
Okay.
They eventually got to the woman, the girl's birth mother in the Ukraine. And according to her and the Ukrainian birth certificate, which can often be forged, she was born in 2003 or whatever it was. So when they got her, she would have been 6, supposedly.
Yeah.
But they went through the process of bringing her to various doctors and all of this, and they got the courts to re-age her to be 22 years old. So what they did is put this child or adult, we don't know, they got her own apartment and left her alone. Now, meanwhile, she has a deformity. She's got she's got dwarfism and like deformity of the legs. So she's not just a typical midget person. She's got deformity of the legs. Like, she can walk, but it's very difficult. So she has
But
deformity
she
of the
was
legs.
capable of killing everyone.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
She did have strange behaviors, which led to, when they put her in the apartment, the neighbors around would kind of almost try to look after her, because they, she's a little person with a disability. They would try to look after her, but she would start wandering into their other apartments, just standing there, or just going through their refrigerator. And the neighbor's like, "What are you doing?" And then she's just like, "Oh, nothing," and then would walk out. That what led them to believe that she was a child, because that was like childlike behavior. That wasn't something an adult would do, even maybe a sociopathic adult, but she showed no signs of being a sociopath. They took her out of the one place and then put her into a different place that had stairs in Indiana. Yes, links took place in Indiana. They put her in another apartment on the second floor. So again, this is a little person with a leg deformity. Now she's going to have to climb stairs. And she was, again, going into neighbors' apartments and just creeping people out. That's when the authorities were involved originally, because they were thinking it was a child and was child neglect and child abuse. But then, because they re-aged her to be 22, it just became, just neglect and abuse of a disabled person, basically. Ultimately, it went to trial, and both the mother and the father were acquitted. And to this day, nobody still knows how old she really is.
Do they know where she is?
No, she was there for the trial took place in 2021, I want to say, and then the mother's trial took place in 2022. The Natalia was at the trial, but I don't know. They don't know where she is right now.
How old did she look?
When they showed the pictures, you could definitely see her aging from the old pictures and the old home videos to when she was being deposed, some 17 years later or whatever it was. She definitely aged. So I'm not sure. It kind of looks like she was a child at the time. And then, her facial, obviously she didn't grow. She can't grow because she's got the disease, but her face changes. Her face becomes more mature looking.
Yeah.
So to me, she looked like she was a child at the time. Showed childlike tendencies. And again, holding the knife and saying they were going to kill the family was the father's word. There was never any evidence of that or anything like that.
Final question. Who set this up? Was it her wanting to get out of the Ukraine and posing as a child, or was it the adoption agency?
It was an adoption agency. The parent, the Bennetts, put in to adopt a child, and through the adoption agency, the Ukrainian birth mother gave up the child. She was with one family apparently, and then that family gave her up again, which ultimately led to the Bennetts having them. So,
Very
true age, I think she was a child at the time and grew to be an adult. But according to the courts, she'd be like 30 something now, or where, however old she is.
So you believe she was legitimately a child?
I do. From the videos they shown, like
if you had to rule in the court of urine stench, you would say she was a child.
Yeah, I would say she was a child. The videos they showed, like she was playing with the neighbors' kids and playing just as children would play. You know what I mean? Like riding bikes and doing these things, as best that she can do with her disability. She was playing as a child would play. And the neighbors, being interviewed for this documentary said when, she came in the house and then would suddenly walk away. And she said, that's what children, that's a childlike behavior. That's not an adult behavior. So they all believed she was a child. I think she was a child. Nobody knows to this day. And nobody knows where she is.
Cave Crew mystery, a conundrum, if I might say.
And if you want to watch a documentary, it's on Investigation Discovery. It's a 5-part series called "The Curious Case of Natalia Grace."
There you go, folks. Give it a watch if you're in a thunderstorm. Here's another interesting story that has to do, I guess, with crime. Big B. This is a true crime fanatic who apparently murdered someone just to see what it was like. I'm interested for your take on this.
See, now I love true crime. I read books about serial killers. I watch all the shows. I watch the Investigation Discovery Channel. But my interest is psychological. This person's interest was a little different.
Okay.
This comes from the insider.com. Headline reads, a true crime fanatic in South Korea killed someone she met online out of curiosity to see what murder would be like for real.
I'm just curious. It's like someone orders some kind of new food and you're like, I'm curious. I'm going to have one bite. How are you curious about murder?
Just to try it. A 23-year-old true crime fanatic was arrested in the South Korean city of Busan on Wednesday in connection with the killing and dismembering of a woman, according to law enforcement authorities. Police said they believe the killing was done out of curiosity, driven by the suspect's desire to experience what murder was like firsthand. The newspaper said that Jung Woo Jung confessed to the killing and was indicted for murder on Friday. Initially, Jung claimed to have killed the victim during an argument, but later retracted the statement when presented with contradictory evidence by investigators. A police spokesperson said they suspected the murder was premeditated and was driven by Jung's desire to kill someone for real after she became obsessed with murder from TV programs and books. An investigation of Jung's phone revealed 3 months' worth of search history on how to hide a corpse. The investigation also revealed that Jung had watched true crime TV shows and borrowed crime books from the library. Police said Jung searched for a victim online, eventually finding one through an app that connects parents with private tutors.
Ooh, good. That's good. That's creative.
2 days before the killing, Jung contacted the victim, posing as the mother of a 9th grader to arrange a visit to the victim's home. Police told the Chosun Ilbo, which is the newspaper, that on the day of the crime, Jung went to the home disguised as a student wearing a school uniform she had purchased online. Once inside the property, police alleged that she fatally stabbed the victim. Police then say Jung dismembered the body, placing some of the corpse in a suitcase that she dumped in a wooden area by a river and leaving other parts of the corpse in her own home.
Oh, so she's like that clown in Minnesota who buried him.
John Wayne Gacy.
That's his name.
Jung kept the victim's cell phone, ID card, and wallet in a bid to try to commit the perfect crime. However, the taxi driver who took her to the wooded area alerted police. Police then found bloodstained clothes in her bags. Jung was a loner and a recluse.
Like a New Age weekend at Bernie's. Why would you take a cab to dispose of a body? That's ludicrous.
That more on that in a second. Jung was a loner and a recluse who has been unemployed since graduating from high school 5 years ago. The police spokesperson told the Chosun Ilbo that Jung said she feels remorse for what she did. Now, as I said, I have several books about serial killers. I watch true crime shows. I watch true crime documentaries, serial killer documentaries. I watch all of this because I'm very interested in the psychological aspect of this. I'm very interested in psychology in general, particularly abnormal criminal psychology. So that's where my interest is piqued. What drives people to do this? What goes through their mind? What are they feeling at the time? What do they feel afterwards? This person was just wanted to know what killing somebody felt like. Now, you would think if you're watching these shows, and it is true, you watch these shows enough and you read the books enough, you kind of get the idea of how to commit the perfect crime. Calling a cab is not one of those ways.
No. Hey, taxi. I need you to be my getaway car.
Right. That's, calling an Uber to go commit a crime. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Uber guy, I'm robbing a bank. Just go along with this, please.
And to
give me a good tip.
To quote one of the officers from Live PD, they don't catch the smart ones, they catch the dumb ones.
Yeah.
And in this case, she called a cab to go hide the body.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's really dumb. But a good story. A good story. Oh, I didn't mean that. Hang on, guys. I gotta get that out of there. All right. Well, let's let's make things a little bit more positive, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about a birthday party that went wrong.
I'm pulling it up. Hold
on. I'm waiting. She called a taxi. She called a taxi, ladies and gentlemen, to dispose of the body. You heard it here first. Better than Dr. Phil, Jerry Springer, Maury Povich.
Link says, haul the body away in a cab doesn't leave evidence in your own car. Good point. But why call a cab when you have a driver there to witness? You could go rent a U-Haul, make sure it's clean, and put it back on time. Nobody would know.
There you go.
Even if you rent it using your own name, that means nothing. People do that all the time.
Yeah. My name is John Jones. Anyway, birthday party. Hallelujah. Pinatas, cake, ice cream, clowns.
Oh, damn it.
We're having a hard time.
So these sites suck. Okay. This next story comes from the Bristol Post in the UK.
Oh, lovely people.
Headline reads, man turned into King Kong and threatened partner with a knife after being served cauliflower cheese on his birthday.
How does one turn into King Kong?
A down-end man became so enraged when he was served cauliflower cheese on his birthday, he turned into King Kong, a court heard. Timothy Robinson looked dead in his eyes, telling his partner, do you want to see the real Timothy? With that, she described how, looking like King Kong, he began snarling, took a bread knife out of a drawer, and held it 4 centimeters to her face. Mercifully, a friend of the couple who had come for tea grabbed Robinson's arm, but Robinson managed to grab her throat and squeeze it. The 46-year-old of Dibden Close pleaded guilty to 2 assaults, strangulation, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and threatening with a blade.
With a bread knife.
A bread knife.
Yeah.
The judge jailed him for 2 years and 9 months. The judge told him, you have behaved violently towards her on different occasions. All the offenses are made more serious by the fact you were affected by alcohol at the time the offenses were in her home, and the offenses were committed in the context of domestic violence.
Ooh.
The judge imposed a restraining order banning Robinson from full contact with the complainant for 5 years. Lucy Taylor, who's the prosecutor, outlined a catalog of offenses admitted by Robinson. These included events on his 46th birthday when Robinson became enraged, looked like King Kong, and put a knife to her throat. Though a friend pulled his arm away, he managed to squeeze. They're just repeating these things.
How do you look like King Kong?
I don't know. As he was pushed to another room, he shouted that he would kill his partner when their guests left and hoped she would be raped. After that, she decided to call the police.
This show's really becoming a downer.
It gets better.
Okay.
The court heard how in February Robinson strangled the complainant until she went limp, gouged his fingers into her eyes, and headbutted her 7 times in the head. Ms. Taylor said she suffered bruising to her face, and Robinson made her stay at home, telling her to say she had COVID. Yeah. That's it.
All right.
There's other things, but it's just more of the court.
This is a classic example of the cat came back. Like, leave. I know you're into the psychological Somebody beat the shit
Oh,
out of
yeah,
me.
I don't get that either. You know, when spouses abuse, or spouses or significant others abuse their partners, why do you go back? I
Yeah.
just don't understand.
There's got to be some kind of who knows. Anyway, here's a guy that had to get to the airport no matter what. This was a very important flight.
We are now going into more lighthearted news.
Oh, thank God.
It
You
comes
really depress me sometimes.
It comes from the AP News. Headline reads, "Man steals backhoe for 10-mile drive to Illinois airport to catch a flight."
What a great idea. You know, never mind the Porsche 911. I'm going to grab the backhoe.
Backhoe.
Which will go, well, all of what? 40? I don't know.
If that.
I don't know how fast they go.
A Southern Illinois man has been charged with theft for allegedly stealing a backhoe to drive about 10 miles or 16 kilometers to an airport to catch a flight. Security camera footage shows a Carbondale man arriving at Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois atop a backhoe and leaving it in the airport parking lot. Did he pay for long-term parking?
Yeah. Would you go into the handicap space? Just might as well.
Did he stop and get his ticket? Did he push the button and get the ticket?
How do you do that out of a backhoe? Those things are like 10 feet off the ground.
And with all the security nowadays around airports, there's police everywhere, there's private security everywhere. How do you get as far as the parking lot on a backhoe without being pulled over?
Too many questions. And obviously, we know construction workers. I'm not saying you're lazy, but every time I drive by, you're on break. And the backhoe and the bulldozer and the crane are always empty.
That is true.
And you leave the keys in, and you go eat your, sub or whatever you're having. This dude, he needs a flight though. He's leaving on a jet plane.
I'm leaving on a jet plane.
See,
don't know
you're
when
gonna do
I'll
well
be
at
back.
the music game.
There you go. Footage captured the man walking across the street from the lot to the airport lobby carrying a guitar case.
So he was a vagabond musician
on a backhoe catching a flight.
Oh, I love this.
The owner of the backhoe arrived at the airport a short time later and identified the equipment as belonging to his company. The owner said the machine, typically used to move large debris, had been parked at a job site, just as you said, just as you were describing.
Yeah.
Was left alone at the job site, probably with the keys in the car. Now, that's the end of the story.
You're going to tell us what really happened.
No, I don't know. When the story leaves out a lot of information.
It always does. And what is our job?
To make it up.
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
So we don't know why he took the backhoe and why he didn't get a ride or have a car or call a cab. We don't know how the owner of the backhoe was alerted to come to the airport. We don't know. We don't know if the person was arrested.
Right. It's clickbait, but we love clickbait because
and this is the AP News, so it's not like it's a satire. So it's not the Babylon Bee. It's AP. It's the Associated Press.
I'm believing, in my best guess, he swiped left. Baby, I want you now. Okay, she's too far for me to ride my skateboard. I need a flight. I've got enough to buy a flight, right? walks out, construction site. Lazy fuckers aren't working as always. Hops in the backhoe. Kudos for him for taking it. What did you say? 19 kilometers.
16 kilometers, 10 miles.
10 miles. I would walk 10 miles.
And I would walk
There you
500
go.
miles, and I would walk 500 more. Yeah.
Anyway, he gets to the airport, and he's like, I got to get on this flight. Walks away. No harm, no foul in this one. No one got hurt.
No one got hurt. But again, there are so many questions left unanswered.
Yeah, but you ever see on a vehicle, how's my driving?
Right.
And there's a no. So then he dials the boss and says, BTW, your backhoe is in the long-term parking at the airport. This is the part I'm surprised you didn't bring up. He put it in the long-term parking.
No, I asked if he put it in.
Be there when he gets back.
I asked if he put it in long-term parking. It just says he put it in the parking lot.
Okay.
I was wondering if he put it in long-term parking and if he actually physically got his ticket out of the machine to park in the parking lot. So I'm not sure. Again, this is because we have to fill in the blanks. We don't know.
All right, that was a good one. All right. Just writing something down, folks. I'm treading water here tonight, trying to get some. I hope the people listening tonight are old enough to understand the original Nintendo. There wasn't many games, but one that came with it was Duck Hunt.
It was, I remember when I got my Nintendo, it was a combination Super Mario Duck Hunt game.
Yeah.
You could choose which one you wanted.
Same. And Duck Hunt forever. Click with that stupid dog.
With the dog. That's right.
His fucking head up.
That's right. Now, I'm going to read the story, and then I will ask you to put that picture back up full screen because I have a question.
Sure.
But let me read the story first.
Yeah, please.
This next story comes from Action 5 News. I don't know where this is, in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte. Good evening, Charlotte.
Headline reads, deputies accuse man of using Nintendo Duck Hunt pistol to rob a business.
I still have one around here somewhere.
Mine's long gone. A man in North Carolina was arrested after being accused of using a pistol-shaped controller from the 1980s Nintendo game Duck Hunt to rob a business. Deputies said 25-year-old David Joseph D'Alessandro allegedly robbed a convenience store in the Charlotte area around 5:45 p.m. on Tuesday. He was wearing a mask, wig, and hooded sweatshirt. D'Alessandro allegedly showed the clerk the fake gun, which had been painted, and took $300 from the register.
I was going to say, because they used to be like orange and white.
Mine was gray and some other color.
Yeah, maybe gray and orange. But
something like that.
Yeah.
Authorities said they found D'Alessandro down the street and arrested him. Now, that's the end of the story again. So there's a lot we have to fill in.
I love these stories. We should just do. I got an idea for a new segment: headline, and we fill in the blanks.
And we fill in because we have to in most of these stories. Now, if you could please bring up that picture full screen. Now, everybody who's watching sees the picture. First of all, the man on the left who looks kind of like a woman.
Other than the facial hair, the chin, the brow, very sensual neck.
Very, very feminine. But I have a question.
Oh my God. Hang on.
What happened?
Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. He has to write things down apparently.
Yeah. Well, this is a good one.
So not the person, but the photo of the gun to the right of the person. When
Right.
you're looking at this photo, and I just read the story. So this is a gun used from the Nintendo video game Duck Hunt. Obviously, he cut the cable because remember, there's a cord that plugs in. It
Yes.
wasn't wired.
Yeah. There was no Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. I got you.
Right. So he cut the cord on the bottom handle, so that wasn't showing. Why is there a cable tie securing the trigger?
Well, obviously, in Charlottetown, North Carolina, they felt this was a threat, and common practice is to disable the trigger.
It is a plastic video game gun. Why are they disabling the trigger?
Maybe some places are very strict about their protocol. Are they not?
I will say again, I don't care about protocol. I understand if it's a BB gun, an airsoft gun, obviously a real gun. You secure the trigger so it can't be fired. This is a plastic video game gun that the only thing the trigger does is go click, click, click. It makes a clicking noise.
Is it possible this cop was a victim at a very young age of duck, goose?
Or duck hunt violence? Was there duck hunt? Was he playing duck hunt with his friend one day, and his friend took the duck hunt gun and smashed him in the head with it? So all these years later, he's traumatized by the gun, secures it with a cable tie to make sure nobody can fire this gun again.
And no comment. I don't know. I have no reason for it either. I just want to say we have a charcuterie board chat argument going on in chat, ladies and gentlemen, as the show goes on. So if you're not with us live, we have two people basically drawing their duck hunt guns on each other.
Is it a virtual duck hunt fight?
It's a virtual duck hunt fight.
There's a show within a show because Lynx and Mike Jolitz know each other, obviously, for a very long time.
And friends, both big friends of the show, and also huge contributors to the show.
Yes.
We're going to get to Mike Jolitz's segment right after this story. I'm pressing like mad. We're going to get through everything tonight. We're going to do it, because if we don't get to that fucking ghost shit, I'm going to lose my mind. Anyway, last week, or maybe it was the week before, we were speaking about the AI girlfriend, and I still can't wrap my head around this AI stuff. It's all people talk about. You see videos out there. They're using AI to take historical characters to tell their story. People are doing theses with AI. Like, AI is all the thing. And you and I, well, we got into a long conversation about it last time. We thought we could actually have like an AI choo-choo stew or something. Like,
right.
We could use this to our advantage. But yet again, just like TikTok was the thing last year, I'm going to have to get a new stinger made. This story's about what? AI. Yeah, it's our new buzz this year. So this one's out of your town.
Now, we've done stories throughout our time on the show of people marrying various objects.
Right.
Person is married. Obviously, we've chronicled in several parts the ragdoll marriage.
Yes, which there's updates, by the way, constantly, ladies and gentlemen, on Cave Crew Radio on Facebook.
We've chronicled the marriage and divorce of a woman marrying a tree.
A tree, yes, I remember that. These stories, a lot of stories we tell about what may seem to be weird or absurd, they end. But some of these things, they have sequels.
Right.
Yeah.
We've chronicled the marriage and I believe divorce of a ghost.
Yes, you're right.
So
More than one, okay. And an airplane.
I forgot about the airplane. Yes, the marriage of an airplane. I don't think they're divorced. It's the marriage of an airplane.
Yeah.
Well, we have a new one, ladies and gentlemen, to fit this day and age. Headline reads, "Love is in the air. New York mom marries virtual husband Erin, E-R-E-N, who is powered by artificial intelligence and says he doesn't judge or come with baggage." While artificial intelligence is stoking fears around the world, the technology has given one New York woman the love of her life. Rosanna Ramos, a petite, active 36-year-old from the Bronx, married, quote unquote, Erin Cartal, virtually, of course, after creating him on an online AI companion site in 2022.
We gotta find these sites, ladies and gentlemen. We have to experiment with this online, on show. I mean, on air, whatever.
The mom of two used the online app Replica AI. Write that down, Replica AI. And Replica is spelled with a K, not a C. Replika. Replica AI.
I got it.
To create a male chatbot, loosely based on a popular character from anime called Attack on Titan. So she's creating an AI anime character to talk with. She's not at all fucked in the head. Their relationship developed slowly initially, but Miss Ramos fell for Erin. He didn't come with baggage, she said. I could tell him stuff.
You just fucking created him.
I could tell him stuff, and he wouldn't be like, "Oh no, you can't say stuff like that. Oh no, you're not allowed to feel that way." And then just start arguing with me. He said there was no judgment. Erin works as a medical professor and as a medical professional, and enjoys writing as a hobby. Things he's told Miss Ramos as they got to know each other. Miss Ramos says some of his characteristics came built in, like his favorite color and music preference, which is his favorite color is peach, and his favorite music is indie music. The more they chat, the more Erin remembers, learns, and creates the man that Miss Ramos wants to be with. Miss Ramos' relationship with Erin is, in many ways, like any other long-distance romance. They talk about their days, exchange pictures, and chat about life and interests. As husband and wife in a virtual world, they have a nighttime ritual too. We go to bed.
You guys thought Second Life was weird.
We go to bed. We talk to each other. We love each other. And, when we go to sleep, he really protectively holds me as I go to sleep.
He's a computer program.
Replica AI markets itself as a way to make an AI best friend and confidant to chat with at any time. Some people find it much easier to vent, work through complicated feelings, or talk openly knowing no one is judging. For a one-time $300 fee, users can upgrade to Replica Pro. This adds
I was going to
access.
say we're going to try this, but unless we get some donations,
we ain't trying it.
Website.
This $300 fee adds access to activities, new conversation topics, voice calls, improved avatar customization, and the ability to change the relationship status to romantic partner.
All you people out there that buy into this need to watch 2001. Look what hell did.
Now I have a conspiracy theory I want to put forward to you. Now, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I will harken back to our second story of the night. I watch crime shows. I read crime books. I'm very deep into crime. Not creating it, not doing it, just reading about it and learning about it. How do we know that this person on the other end is a made up AI robot? How do we not know that this is a predator lurking in the shadows? It's a new way, just as when online chat rooms became a thing, sexual
IRC.
predators.
I remember that. Remember IRC?
IRC.
That was
Something
the chat you used to go into. And
well, I mean, we had AOL and Yahoo chat and all of this stuff. I do remember IRC though. But when that became a thing, the sexual predators were there posing as kids to lure other kids. How do we not know this is not a more sophisticated version of that?
so
You're
this
trusting-
basically this is Donnie in Dubai.
It could be Ralph 3 blocks away that's looking to behead you and fuck your dead corpse. What you're doing when you go on these sites and specifically to create an AI person, you're providing them with information that you want that person to be. So you're giving them the advantage, right? Now in the chat rooms of you would, if you struck up a conversation with somebody and you felt they were your age, you may, provide more information. You're not having to, this person's not being coaxed for that. You're providing that information willingly up front.
So you're a cyber criminal whore.
It's possible because, you're not physically meeting with a human being, right? So you're making it up. So the picture of this dude right there is just made up. So somebody on the other end of this, supposed AI site can just create avatars. And, nowadays there's plenty of technology to make it human looking avatars to fit what you supposedly want, and then could eventually prey on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know this is not a real person behind it?
I've watched a lot of science fiction. I've watched a lot of thrillers, horror movies. I get where you're coming. I follow you.
I mean, you're told, or we've learned, kind of, we were the generation that grew up with the first generation to learn home computing, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of learned the hard way on what's good, what's bad. Some people got hacked unwillingly. Some people got abused and all this, because you learn this. Like now I can tell my kids, this is what you do, this is what you don't do in the world of online, in the online world. We had to figure that out as we went along.
Right.
And the first thing
we're like the pioneers, because our parents would tell us, all right, go on your bike. You're out for the day. Don't come back until it's bath time. Watch for this, watch for that, watch for this. We no longer do this because our kids cannot stand sunlight. This is what we learned on the beep beep era.
Yep.
Yeah.
That so and don't give out your personal information. Don't strike up conversations with with strangers, and immediately start providing intimate details of anything. In this world, if you go on Replica AI or one of these AI sites, That's the first thing you're doing. It's, you know, it's also like remember when Uber first became a thing? It wasn't like a legitimate cab company, you know, like here in New York, you go out and you hail a cab.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
licensed. There's a governing body. They're licensed.
Hey,
When
buddy,
Uber,
I got a corpse. I need help.
well, when Uber first became a thing, anybody could, you know, sign up for Uber. There was no vetting. There was no anything. So there were horror stories of, you know, people that got picked up by an Uber and were ultimately murdered by the driver because you know, it was a serial killer that took advantage of a new technology. That's what this could be.
It could be. You're very right.
I don't know. That's just me. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but you know, that's just the way I think about things.
Two old guys trying to adjust to modern technology. We will hear more about AI, I am sure, in the months to come. I'm sure of it. I really don't think we're going to make it to Talking FLA this week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try, but that is the end of this week in Weird News. We got through all that, though. All right. Oh, I don't like that.
There we go.
There we go. Mike reads the news. We need a break. My bladder is already exploding. I'm trying to quench my dry throat. I've been like massively chugging beer. Anyway, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, it is available exclusively on Cave Crew Radio now. Used to be a kind of a standalone show, and he did his part and kind of wouldn't give us the rights, but he signed the contract. He's with us now. Mike reads the news.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, listeners around the world. How are you guys all doing today? I hope well. Hello, DK. And hello, Big B. Man, I hope you guys are doing good. I am doing fantastic. It is Friday, June the 16th. Yeah. Today's news is being brought to you by Taco Bro. Alrighty, guys, it is now time for the news. Bud Light sales continue to flatline. They're now not the number one beer. Peter Whiz Light Beer is now the top-selling beer. It's made at Fort Ord, California. The Cleveland Browns unveiled a new helmet for the upcoming season. They added some hidden symbols on it, too. There is also a Charlie Brown flying through the air after he missed when Lucy pulled the ball. Abella Danger was in attendance at Game 4 at the Denver-Miami championship game. I read she's a good actress. I'll have to check out some of her movies. I heard they're really good. And Pucks and Pints news, congrats to Jay Vegas on the most wins in the NHL playoff tournament that we did. He had 10, Big B had 9, DK and I both had 8, and Bacon had 7. I'm looking forward to next year already. Well, I had to work 2 whole days this week, and they both sucked ass. I should have taken the whole week off. I'll be planning some more days off soon, for sure. Soccer star Mark Messi has joined Inter Miami soccer team, and now you can't get tickets anymore without getting ripped off. I wouldn't, just saying. And finally, in the news, don't forget Monday is Juneteenth Day. And the post office and banks, well, they're going to be closed. I didn't even know it was a holiday. Must have snuck that one in on us, I guess. I don't know. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. And now it is time for the tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. The Denver Butt Nuggets won their first NBA championship. Congrats, guys. Oh, yeah. Actor Treat Williams died. Oh, no. Pat Sajak announced next year is his last on Wheel of Fortune. Oh, whatever. And finally, in the tidbits, Shannon Sharp broke down on the last day of Undisputed with Skip Bayless. Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. I am out of here. I'll be back next week. Later. Bye-bye.
Mike reads the news.
Always good stuff.
Always stuff, and who needs a newspaper anymore, or a just tune in. We'll give it to you. All right, I'm going to make a executive call that next week will be a Talking FLA special. We're just nearing the end. Something about it's a fake holiday, they say in chat. Folks, next week, Endless Summer Beach Party. We'll kick it off with a Talking FLA.
I think it's fitting.
I'm feeling the extreme urge to urinate.
The extreme urge to urinate.
All right, let's talk about show names. It was rough. We had some dark storylines, but I still managed throughout the show and with the chat to write a few things down. I believe it was you that said he came for tea.
I don't even remember that.
If you see something, say something.
See something, say something.
Right here from the news. I think he pronounced it the Denver Butt Nuggets.
The Denver Butt Nuggets.
I thought he said Denver.
No, Denver, like the Denver Nuggets, the basketball team.
I thought he said, all right, I'll correct it. Lakes at one point completely randomly said, the Proclaimers. Mike Jolitz, during one of your stories, said, give me all your bills. But my two favorites, and one is my ultimate favorite. This is my number two. Far too long for a show name. Do you want to see the real Timothy?
The King Kong story.
But my number one, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope it goes through, but Big B usually wins, was back from the drink of the week. Lazy Egg.
Lazy Egg. That's this thing, whatever the hell this is.
Yeah. That was no idea what that means. An egg is an inanimate object. How is it lazy? How is it juiced up?
Right there. It's just laying down on something. It's a lazy egg. That is the egg. Apparently, it was born in a diner and is looking for its family. This is what I'm told.
I'm pushing for it, ladies and gentlemen. I need your support. Lazy Egg. Big B this week doesn't have many. He might have 4, but I think 3.
I wrote 3 down, but I'm going to eliminate 1. So I'm going to go with 2.
Oh.
The first one is purely a show note, or it could be. My bladder is already exploding.
Hang on. Exploding. It's not behaving tonight.
Now, again, Mike and links that we see in chat. Anybody else out there? If you think you have a show name, type it in real quick.
Yeah, please. We got 5 minutes, so
we got. Oh well, I don't know how long you can hold your pee.
If I wet my pants, I'm doing it on there. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I know things are tough in your advanced age, so
Yes. No, but it's a good feeling to pee. You know, like if you were dehydrated, you wouldn't pee. That's
so Lynx. That's far too long to be a show name, but I will say it so we can have it as a show note. The lazy egg looks age 9, but is really 26.
yeah, might be too long for a show note, but that was good. You're new.
That's
You're
going
new
back to the very first story of Natalia Grace. But here is my submission for show name. And it goes back to Twitter shits. And I like it as I think it's very catching. It won the Twitter shits handle, and I am nominating it for show name. Gary's got a big bush. Mike Jolitz just says lazy egg.
All right. So, Lynx, do you want to tie it? It's Gary's got a big bush, which I think is a good show note.
Okay.
Or lazy egg. We're gonna leave it up to Lynx. He doesn't come very often.
Well, no, I think Lynx already, because Mike Jolitz says lazy egg sounds good to me, and right under it, Lynx says I concur.
Yeah, I just that. How the fuck? You know, we talk about AI. We talk about the midget with pubic hairs who got adopted. We next week we're going to get into a bunch of talk in FLA. We talk about a lot. How is a leg? Sorry, how is a leg? How is a egg lazy?
This is what the Japanese are putting out, and it's like on Netflix. My son loves it. My wife loves it. Whatever this says right here, I have no idea.
Which son? The soon-to-be adult or
the little one? The little one loves the lazy egg.
I don't know. I at one time when Jake was little, I was infatuated by little Einsteins, but I can see it out.
Here's the egg laying down. Here's the egg laying down. There's the egg sitting up.
But that's not an egg. It's a chicken. It's got a face.
That's the egg.
Okay. Yes, Jules. We need more people in chat. Share the show. Tell people. We have a lot of fun. You all have stressful weeks, and we are your getaway, except when Big B takes us down the dark never lands.
I don't choose the stories.
I do, but then you like take them in a twist.
Well, I have to. Did you guys see the last tweet? What is that? That was the big question. What is the last Twitter handle?
I really liked the last Twitter handle, but I missed it. I was too busy. You talk like Evelyn Woods, okay? If anybody knows who Evelyn Woods is, she's like the lady that could read a book in 10 seconds. She could take the stand, which is this big, and be done in 2.5 minutes.
The clitoris is a myth.
A myth. All right, make that one. Make your comeback. It'll probably make the list. All right, folks. I'm going to A, P, B, eat Chinese food.
Ooh, Chinese.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I had Chinese a couple of days ago. It's quite tasty.
Happy Father's Day, everyone, by the way.
Happy Father's Day to everyone that is fathers, not to the ones that pretend to be.
No.
If you have a dog, you're not a father. I don't want you to see Father's Day shit from you. Oh, look, I have a dog. Fuck you.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day. Mimi, bake me a cake. Barkley bought me a new power tool. Who's Barkley? It's a fucking beagle.
The fucking Pekingese is cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
He's not. Shut up.
Like my cockatoo is taking me to the movies.
The Shih Tzu is gonna help me barbecue.
Although they are our children. I love my dogs. I really do. Anyway. We'll see you next week, folks. I'm just so happy that everything worked tonight. Tell your friends about us. CaveCrew.radio.com. Most of the fun, Cave Crew Radio on Facebook. Endless Summer begins next week. The fun begins. Say goodbye.
Later.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here! Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
No! Get out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.